In a world where thoughts could be plucked like apples from a tree, Alex found themselves in a place more peculiar than a cat in a dog park. The mind prison, as they called it, was a disorienting expanse of white walls, an oppressive silence punctuated only by the occasional echo of a stray thought. Inside, it felt like everyone was trapped in their own heads, like a game of charades where nobody remembered the rules. Alex, a rebel with an affinity for sarcasm, stood in the center of a group therapy session, hands fidgeting nervously. "So, I had this dream where I was a slice of pizza," they began, voice laced with mischief. "And I was being chased by a salad." The horror! The group, a motley crew of fellow inmates, stared blankly, their minds seemingly too shackled to grasp the absurdity. Warden Gray, a tall figure with a permanently furrowed brow and the personality of a soggy cardboard box, interjected. "Focus, Alex. We're here to confront your fear of salad." The other inmates snickered, and Alex felt a thrill. Maybe humor was the key to this mental labyrinth. "I don't fear salad. I fear losing my sense of self." A loud thwomp resonated through the room, and suddenly, Alex's thoughts, those colorful, wiggly orbs, started to swirl around like a chaotic tornado. "No, no, no. I'm still here," they shouted, but it was too late. In a flash, their thoughts collided with others, forming a cacophony of insecurities. "What if everyone hates my taste in pizza?" floated by, followed by another. "What if I never get out of here?" The room descended into a frenzy, and amidst the chaos, Warden Gray's expression morphed from irritation to surprise. "Calm down. This is not how we handle our feelings." As the confusion settled, Alex caught a glimpse of their own reflection in a floating thought orb, a defeated version of themselves, droopy and uncertain. Reality hit harder than a rogue cupcake at a birthday party. Maybe they were not as impervious as they pretended. "Okay, maybe I do need to work on my fears," Alex murmured, the sarcasm dissipating like steam from a lukewarm coffee. But just as the reality of their situation began to sink in, a sudden spark ignited in their mind. "Wait a minute," Alex thought, "I'm not alone in this." The atmosphere shifted, and Alex's resolve solidified. "I'm going to figure this out," they announced. "Riley, let's get out of here." Riley was a fellow inmate, more cynical than a cat in a bathtub. They had an air of mischief about them, always rolling their eyes at the absurdity of it all. "Escape? Good luck. This place is designed to keep us in, then let's outsmart it," Alex interrupted, feeling a rush of inspiration. Riley raised an eyebrow. "And how do you propose we do that?" "Write a strongly worded letter to the warden." "Actually, yes. With humor." Alex replied, their spirits lifting like a kite on a windy day. "We use our thoughts against them. Let's make this prison funny." As they delved into their plan, the mind prison transformed around them. Each corridor they explored became a reflection of their darkest fears, animated in surreal ways. They passed through a hallway of twisted mirrors, each reflecting exaggerated versions of themselves. One Alex was an over-the-top drama queen, another was a grouchy old man berating them for not eating enough vegetables. "Great, just what I needed, a self-esteem crisis in HD," Alex joked, breaking the tension. Riley smirked. "Welcome to the funhouse of despair." But humor was their weapon, and as they faced each fear, they found ways to laugh it off. They danced around self-doubt like it was a party, mocking the monsters that lurked in the shadows of their minds. "Oh no, not the fear of failure. What will I do? Become a professional juggler?" Alex quipped, dodging a projection of their past mistakes. Riley laughed, now that's a career choice. Together, they made their way to the core of the prison, where the ultimate manifestation of their fears awaited, a swirling vortex that pulsed with the weight of their anxieties, personified as Warden Grey. "Welcome back," he sneered, his voice dripping with condescension. "I see you've found your way to the real heart of darkness." "Yeah? Well, it's a real bummer in here." Alex shot back, unable to resist a jab. "No snacks, no entertainment, just you and your sad personality." Grey faltered, momentarily taken aback. "You think your humor can save you?" "Not just humor," Riley chimed in, confidence blooming. "It's acceptance. You can't control us if we accept who we are, pizza dreams and all." With that, they joined hands and focused their energy on the vortex. They summoned the humor, joy, and acceptance that had carried them through their journey. The vortex began to waver, uncertain under the weight of their combined strength. "Come on, everyone." Alex rallied, turning to the other inmates who had been watching in awe. "Let's break this down together. Use your thoughts to fight back." Suddenly, the room erupted into a chorus of laughter, every inmate contributing their own absurd thoughts. The walls of the mind prison shook, and Warden Grey's expression shifted from triumph to desperation. "Stop this. You're not supposed to be able to," but they were. The fear-based chains that held them in place began to shatter, each laugh echoing louder than the last until the very fabric of the prison began to collapse. "Now that's what I call a real escape." Alex cheered, and Riley joined in, laughter spilling into the air like confetti. As the prison disintegrated around them, Alex felt lighter, freer. They could see beyond the ruins of their past, to a world waiting for them, a world where they could be themselves without fear of judgment. Outside the crumbling ruins of the mind prison, the sun shone brightly, a warm reminder of life waiting to be lived. The inmates, now free, gathered together, each reflecting on their journey. Who knew the key to freedom was just a good laugh? Alex mused, a grin plastered across their face. "True, but let's be honest, without my witty comebacks, you'd still be stuck inside," Riley shot back, nudging Alex playfully. "Sure, but who's the one who suggested the escape plan?" As they bantered, a sense of camaraderie blossomed among them. They shared their quirkiest thoughts, relishing the freedom to express themselves without fear. Laughter rang through the air, a melody of shared humanity and acceptance, and in that moment, surrounded by newfound friends, Alex understood, the true prison had never been the mind prison itself. It was the fear that had shackled them, the self-doubt that had silenced their voice. But now, standing on the precipice of a new beginning, they were ready to embrace every absurd thought, every weird dream, and every slice of pizza that came their way. "All right, let's go celebrate with some," Alex began, but Warden Grey's voice echoed in the distance, still caught in the remnants of his own fears. "Get back here. You can't just leave." With a wink, Alex turned to Riley and the others. "Who wants to remind the warden about the joys of salad?" Laughter erupted once more as they set off into their new reality, together. As Alex and the others raced into the bright world outside the mind prison, the laughter still ringing in their ears, the air felt lighter than it had in a long time. They were no longer just prisoners of their own minds, they were free, and that freedom tasted sweeter than the most decadent dessert. "All right, folks," Alex declared, spinning around to face the group. "What do you say we throw a party? I know a great place that serves the best pizza in town." They punctuated the statement with an exaggerated wink, eliciting chuckles from the group. "Pizza? Count me in," Riley exclaimed, their eyes gleaming. "And I promise to keep my salad opinions to myself, at least until after we eat." With newfound energy, the group made their way through the remnants of the mind prison, stepping over the metaphorical debris of their fears. The sun shone down brightly, illuminating the path ahead and washing away any lingering shadows from their minds. As they walked, they began to share stories, each one a thread that wove them closer together. One former inmate, Jasmine, recounted her fear of being unlovable, how she had spent years hiding behind a facade of confidence. "I was so good at pretending," she said, her voice steady but reflective. "But inside, I was terrified of being alone. It took me being trapped in there to realize I was never really alone." "That's the spirit," Alex encouraged, clapping Jasmine on the back. "The more we share, the more we realize we're all in this together." Who knew that a pizza slice could represent our courage? As they reached the entrance to a small, vibrant pizzeria, a haven of warmth and laughter, the familiar smell of fresh dough and melting cheese enveloped them like a cozy blanket. They stepped inside, the cheerful chimes of the door announcing their arrival, and the vibrant atmosphere was electric with joy. "Welcome to Slice of Life," the server, a jovial man with a thick mustache, greeted them. "What can I get for you?" "An entire pizza to celebrate our freedom," Alex proclaimed, arms wide as if they were announcing a grand festival. The server chuckled and scribbled down their order, clearly amused by the enthusiasm. As they settled into a large booth, the conversations flowed like the drinks they ordered. They swapped their favorite toppings, debated the merits of pineapple on pizza, and shared their hopes for the future. Laughter echoed throughout the pizzeria, a vibrant chorus that felt like the antidote to the darkness they had just escaped. "I never thought I'd say this, but I'm grateful for that mind prison," Riley admitted, leaning back in their seat. "I wouldn't have met you all, and I definitely wouldn't have had the courage to confront my fears. You guys are the best support group I could have asked for." "I second that," Jasmine said, raising her glass in a toast. "To us, and to new beginnings." "To us," the group echoed, clinking their glasses together, the sound like music in the air. As they waited for their pizza, they shared more about their lives before the mind prison. Alex learned that Jasmine had been an artist, painting vibrant murals that expressed the joy she felt deep inside, but had always feared showing the world. "I had a whole collection hidden away," she confessed. "I thought no one would appreciate my work. Now, I'm thinking of exhibiting them." "Absolutely. You should," Alex encouraged, their eyes bright with excitement. "Art can be the ultimate expression of freedom. And we'll be your first fans." The pizza finally arrived, a glorious pie topped with a medley of colors and flavors that made their mouths water. As they dug in, they reveled in the simplicity of the moment, the crunch of the crust, the warmth of the cheese, the laughter spilling from their lips. For the first time in what felt like forever, they allowed themselves to simply enjoy. "Okay, let's make a pact," Alex suggested between bites. "No matter what happens, we check in with each other. No hiding our thoughts or fears again. If we can face the warden, we can face anything." "I'm in," Riley agreed, nodding vigorously. "As long as it comes with pizza, I'm game." Jasmine raised her slice in agreement. "And art. I'm going to put my work out there, and you all will help me celebrate it." The group's enthusiasm was palpable, each member feeding off the other's excitement. They began to make plans, envisioning a future where they wouldn't let fear dictate their lives. Ideas flowed as freely as the pizza toppings, each suggestion met with cheers and laughter. "Who's going to help me with my comedy routine?" Alex asked, feigning a serious expression. "I've always wanted to try stand-up but was too scared to bomb on stage." "You'll do great," Riley said, already envisioning the hilarious anecdotes Alex would weave. "We'll be your biggest fans." The more they shared, the more they recognized the potential in each other. It felt like they were building something beautiful together, an alliance against their fears, a support system made of humor and acceptance. As the sun began to set outside, painting the sky with hues of orange and pink, the group felt a wave of contentment wash over them. They lingered at the table, sharing stories long into the evening, the pizza slowly disappearing but the laughter only growing louder. "Let's take a picture to remember this day," Jasmine suggested, pulling out her phone. "Great idea." Alex agreed, gathering everyone together. They huddled close, arms slung around each other's shoulders, grinning widely. "Say, freedom," Jasmine called out, capturing the moment. The click of the camera echoed like a triumphant cheer, freezing the joy of that night in time. As they broke apart, their hearts were lighter than they had been in years. They knew the road ahead wouldn't be easy, that life would still throw challenges their way. But for the first time, they felt equipped to face whatever came, armed with laughter, friendship, and a renewed sense of self. The night drew to a close, and they all agreed to meet again for their first art show and comedy night. As they walked out of the pizzeria, the cool evening air felt refreshing and invigorating. They paused at the door, turning to one another with a sense of camaraderie that made it feel like they were on the cusp of something monumental. "Let's promise to keep laughing," Alex said, looking around at their newfound friends. "And let's never let fear steal our joy again." "Deal," the group chorused, each voice ringing with certainty, and with that, they stepped out into the night, ready to embrace whatever adventures awaited them, knowing they were no longer alone. They had each other, and that made all the difference. As they walked down the street, Alex glanced at the sky, feeling a sense of hope blooming within them. The stars twinkled above, bright and unyielding, just like the spirit of the group they had formed. And for the first time in a long time, Alex allowed themselves to dream of a future filled with laughter, creativity, and friendship.